So here's a thought. Somewhere out there, a person paid four figures to stand in a desert, get sunburned, and say, "I was spiritually changed by a bass drop." And honestly, respect. Because Coachella isn't just a festival. It's the closest thing we have to a modern-day pilgrimage. Except instead of enlightenment, you get dust in your lungs and a $25 lemonade. So today, we're breaking down the top 10 biggest Coachella shows ever, ranked by crowd size. Let's get into it. Calvin Harris. This was peak EDM era, when festival lineups basically looked like DJ leaderboards. Calvin Harris didn't need elaborate storytelling or visuals. He had timing. Every drop was engineered for maximum crowd reaction, and with around 70,000 people packed in, the energy became almost mechanical, like a synchronized jump experiment. What made this crowd special wasn't just size, it was unity. Everyone moved the same way at the same time. It felt less like a concert and more like a controlled explosion. Billie Eilish. Billie's crowd was different, quieter in moments, louder in others, but always emotionally locked in. At 75,000 strong, you had a rare mix. Hardcore fans, casual listeners, and industry eyes all watching one of the youngest headliners ever prove she belonged there. The most powerful moments weren't the loudest, they were the silent ones, where tens of thousands of people just listened. That's not easy to pull off at Coachella. Blackpink. This wasn't just a concert, it was globalization in real time. Fans traveled internationally for this. You could hear multiple languages in the crowd, all chanting the same lyrics. Around 80,000 people, but the reach felt much bigger. Production-wise, it was razor-sharp. Choreography, visuals, pacing, everything designed for scale. It proved something important. Coachella isn't just an American festival anymore. Harry Styles. Harry's crowd had personality. 85,000 people, and somehow it still felt intimate, which is a weird sentence, but it's true. Fans weren't just watching. They were expressing themselves. Outfits, signs, energy. It felt like a shared identity more than just attendance. Musically, he blended pop, rock, and charisma in a way that made the set accessible to everyone, which is exactly how you build a crowd that big. Also, yes, the screaming levels probably registered on scientific equipment somewhere. Swedish House Mafia. This was EDM at its absolute peak. 90,000 people showed up for 3 DJs, which at the time was a statement. This set helped redefine what a headliner could be. The crowd energy was relentless. No breaks, no slow moments, just continuous build-ups and drops. And practically speaking, this was the kind of crowd where you accepted very quickly that your group chat would be your only connection to your friends for the next 24 hours. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep making more like this. All right, let's keep going. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. This set had gravity. 95,000 people gathered not just for music, but for legacy. When the Tupac hologram appeared, the crowd shifted from excited to stunned in seconds. It wasn't just hype, it was history unfolding live. Generations collided here. Older fans reliving eras, younger fans witnessing icons. That kind of cross-generational pull is exactly how you get a crowd this massive. Travis Scott. This crowd wasn't passive, it was volatile. 100,000 people moving, jumping, reacting instantly to every beat. Travis Scott's performance style turns crowds into participants, and at this scale, that becomes intense very quickly. Security, barriers, spacing, everything gets tested at numbers like this. It's one of the most physically engaged crowds Coachella has ever seen. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's set was a cultural shift. 105,000 people showed up for a fully Spanish-language headlining performance. A historic moment for Coachella. The crowd wasn't just large, it was deeply connected. Fans knew every word, every transition, every beat. It marked a turning point. Latin music didn't just arrive at Coachella, it dominated. Beyoncé. Coachella wasn't just big, it was precise. 110,000 people watched a performance that was choreographed down to the smallest detail. Live band, dancers, transitions, symbolism. The crowd reflected that energy. They weren't chaotic, they were focused, fully engaged, fully present. It felt like watching a live documentary being created in real time. Ariana Grande. This was maximum capacity, around 120,000 people. Essentially the upper limit of what Coachella can physically hold. The crowd spilled far beyond the main viewing areas, screens packed with people all the way to the edges of the grounds. What made it unique was accessibility. Ariana's catalog connected across age groups, demographics, and fan types, which is exactly how you reach numbers like this. At that scale, it stops feeling like a performance and starts feeling like a shared global moment. So yeah, Coachella isn't just about music anymore. It's about scale, culture, and those rare moments where everything aligns. The artist, the timing, and a crowd big enough to look unreal. Which of these would you actually want to experience in person? And be honest, are you there for the music? Or just to say you survived a 100,000 person crowd? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.